How's it going, everybody? Just wanted to make a video real quick. I had a couple of things I wanted to go over with you. Um, so the main reason for making this video is I wanted to get your opinions on the exterior portion of the project. I had a couple ideas on how to finish that out. From the very beginning, I had thought about using the same sort of product that I used on Nervosa's sidewalk, which is like a Rust-Oleum, supposed to emulate concrete texture and look and pattern and things like that. Now, I think that Rust-Oleum also makes a sandstone so that it would be more of a beige color, but I'll have to look into that. I know we've also got granulated paints that I could use to make it kind of a concrete texture and then paint it a different color. But take a look at I'm going to put a picture in this video for you to take a look at the concrete sidewalk on Nervosa, and just tell me what you think of that color or that pattern, if you think that would look good on the outside, or if you think it needs to be more beige, or what route you think I should go with that. I'll also put a picture of what Frasier's apartment looks like on the show. There's one clip of the exterior of the apartment, and I will put that in the video so you can kind of see what we're going for there. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, as far as the project goes, was this top. Right now I've got just this black foam board because this is what I just happen to have on hand. But I want to do something better than this, preferably one piece to go over it. And I want it to be thicker, maybe 2 inches thick, because if you see back here, you can see where the computer monitor kind of sticks up above the project. So I'd like to try and hide that a little bit. Now I want to clarify when I say a top for it, because I know some people are going to be asking the same thing that I would be asking, and that is, do I plan on covering this entire thing with a top? And the answer is no, I do not. You can see how this is kind of cut to this funky angle. Basically, what I will be covering are just the tops of the cutouts and the top of the balcony. So the piece will stop. I don't know what the camera's going to pick up, but the piece will stop right here, and it will follow the pattern of the walls. So it's not going to be over top of this part. It's not going to be over top of this part, but it will be over top of this and covering the screen. And you can kind of see this black piece here. It'll be cut just the same as this black piece is here and around here, but not, not the open area. So there's not going to be a ceiling on the project. It's really going to be more of a cover for the crappy areas that I don't want you to see inside of, because there's electronics and different things hidden behind there, and it's not attractive. So we're going to try and spruce that up a little bit. So I wanted to get some opinions on that. I'm thinking I should be able to find like a 2-inch black acoustical foam that I can put up there, and that should work just fine. I also thought about getting some foam insulation board and seeing how I can finish that off. If it's paintable, I've never tried to paint any of that before, so I just wanted to throw that by you and see what ideas you guys had, if any, about that. And the outside, I'm really nearing completion on the apartment. Other than finding the topper and the exterior part there, the other thing that I've got to build is the entertainment center. If you'll notice, it's not there. So the reason that it's taken me so long to build it is I'm getting parts in to build a smart TV for the entertainment center. So it's going to be about the size of this one right here, but it's going to be built into the entertainment center, and it'll be able to stream Netflix and Prime and Hulu and all that good stuff. So you could play video games on it if you want to. I'm going to make sure that it's completely functional, just like a smart TV that you'd have in your house. But I'm not going to leave it in there permanently, and the reason is because the TV faces this direction. So nobody is ever going to see that it's in there. There's no way to display it without putting a mirror here, unless I kind of turn it at an angle here. there's no way to really display it to where you can see it that's not going to look goofy. But I didn't want to take the lazy route out and not do it at all just because you won't see it. So I'm going to build it. I'm going to make it work. I'm going to put it in the project, take some pictures, take some video of it working in the project, and then I'm going to take that smart TV out and replace it permanently with this one, which was sent in by one of the Frasier Project members, and this will be the permanent one that will be in that in the entertainment center. So that's why it isn't built yet, because I'm waiting for some components to come in so I know what size to build it. Now, the reason I'm doing all these finishing touches, if it were just for me, I don't care about necessarily seeing the inside of it, but it leads me to one of the other things I wanted to talk about, which was the Louisville Miniature Show. It's supposed to be coming in October 9th, and I am supposed to be there putting the Frasier Project on exhibit so everybody can see it, and I'll be there doing a meet and greet as long as they have it. Last year they canceled it because of COVID, so this year they're planning on doing it, and I've been in touch with the woman who's running it this year, and I'm set up to be there, so hopefully it takes place. And if you want to see the Frasier Project in real life, you are welcome to come. I'll get all the details in order, but it will be in Louisville in October. The other thing I wanted to mention was the podcast that I'm recording next week with Rachel from my Miniature Obsession podcast. We're recording that this coming week. I'm not sure when she releases her podcasts, so I don't know when she does her editing and her releases and things like that. But I'll keep you posted on that and let you know when that's coming out. Another thing is the story that they're doing in Dollhouse and Miniature Scene magazine. It's a European magazine. They're doing a feature article on the Frasier Project, and it's supposed to come out in June, but I'm not sure where we stand on that yet. I did the interview via email and sent in all the pictures, and we've been going back and forth through email, and the last date that I heard was for a June release of that magazine. But I will definitely post pictures of it when I get it and share it on the group. And the final thing that I wanted to talk about was Rangers Project is back. It had gone away for a while. Facebook had kind of gotten a little weird about their fundraiser policies. I'm not going to get into it too much, but basically they were only approving certain fundraisers for certain things that fit their agenda. And if it didn't, then it wasn't approved. Didn't matter what else it was or how beneficial it was. If it didn't fit in their political agenda and it wasn't supporting something that they thought was important, then they just weren't approving the fundraisers. So that's why it went away for a little while. But I've been back and forth with them and had to change some of the verbiage in my fundraiser, but it is back. It is up and running and taking donations for that. And for those of you who aren't familiar with Rangers Project, I started that because of all of the attention that the Frasier Project was getting. I didn't want to capitalize on that in some way of, trying to make money for myself on that, but I did think that there was an avenue there to generate some revenue to help out the neglected and abused animals of Bullitt County, of which Ranger was one before we adopted him last year. On Christmas, we did a little Christmas fundraiser where we raised some money for them. We brought them bones and rope toys, and the cool thing about that was we got to give each dog we brought out into the pens to walk and play with, and Feeder Supply had donated gift bags so we could put all the stuff for each dog in a bag. So Brandy and I would take each dog individually out, and we would give them treats and pork sticks and a rope toy, and then we would play with them for 20 or 30 minutes and send them back in to finish off the rest of their bones and play with their toys. And it was a great time over Christmas. So it's back again, and this year we're putting it towards, just like we did last year, medical expenses, emergency medical services for the dogs and cats at the shelter, as well as transport to rescues and things like that, medications, and also food. So if you'd like to donate to Rangers Project, we would all certainly appreciate that. Don't feel like you have to, but it is there if you want to. So that pretty much wraps it up. That'll do it for me. I would like to get your opinions and your comments on the exterior finish, and as well as the materials for the top part of it. So if you have any ideas about that, just let me know. I just kind of wanted to open that up for discussion and see what you guys thought. So let me know in the comments below. You know I'll reply. Thanks for watching, and thanks for following the project. Talk to you later.